festival provides meaningful opportunities for education and cultural exchange, fostering greater understanding, mutual respect, and appreciation among neighbors of diverse backgrounds. Whereas in Brighton, the celebration of the Lunar New Year affirms our shared commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion, recognizing that the varied cultures and traditions within our community strengthen the fabric of our community. Now therefore be it proclaimed that I, Brighton Town Supervisor William W. Maley, and the members of the Brighton Town Council join in the celebration of the Lunar New Year of the Fire Horse in the town of Brighton, and call upon all residents, businesses, schools, community organizations, and cultural institutions to join in observing this occasion with appropriate programs, ceremonies, and activities that honor the history, traditions, and contributions of those who celebrate the Lunar New Year. And I further encourage our community to embrace the spirit of the Year of the Fire Horse, moving forward with strength, unity, and determination, working together to build a future filled with opportunity, harmony, and shared prosperity. And this proclamation has been signed today, this 25th day of February, 2026. And now we'll start the open forum. Open forum, as I mentioned, we hold it at the beginning of every town board meeting. The open forum is an opportunity for members of the public to address the board concerning any matter relating to the town, whether it's an item on tonight's agenda or not. Once I finish these instructions, if you're here in the room and would like to speak during the open forum, please raise your hand. When I call on you, please come up to the podium to speak. If you're participating in the meeting remotely and wish to speak during the open forum, as I mentioned a moment ago, you must join us on Teams following the instructions on the town's webpage. You can use the raised hand function in Teams, and you'll be unmuted by the host and allowed to speak. I do ask all speakers during the open forum, whether you're here in person or speaking remotely, to please state your name and address before speaking. Please limit your remarks to 3 minutes, and I'll give you a 30-second warning before your time will expire. If you have questions, we may not be able to answer your questions tonight, particularly if any of your questions relate to a matter that's not on the agenda this evening. But our goal tonight and at every town board meeting is to give you the opportunity during the open forum to share your thoughts with the board and for us to be able to listen thoughtfully to your words. So please direct your remarks during the open forum to the town board, not to the room or to other speakers. Please avoid personal attacks and outbursts of any kind, including applause, boos, or the like, during the open forum, out of respect for the speakers and out of respect for everyone in the room this evening. Persons who don't follow the rules will be given warning. Repeated failure to follow these rules or failure to follow other directions from the chair may result in your speaking privileges being ended, being directed to leave the meeting, or the early termination of open forum, although I certainly don't anticipate any reason for doing that. So, is there anyone here in the room tonight that would like to speak during the open forum? Is there anyone online, on Teams, that would like to speak during the open forum? Seeing no one, Nate, can I have a motion to approve the agenda?
Bill, I move that we approve the agenda.
Second.
Discussion? Hearing none. Dan, please call the roll.
Councilmember Corrado?
Aye.
Councilmember Salzman?
Aye.
Councilmember Sanguinetti?
Aye.
Supervisor Maley?
Aye. We have one item of communication this evening, but it's a good one. It's a letter from the New York State Comptroller advising us of our sales tax revenues for the fourth quarter of 2025. Those revenues were over $1.73 million, and that gives us a total of just over $6.4 million in sales tax revenues for the year 2025. That's pursuant to the longstanding sales tax sharing formula, originally known as Moore and Ryan, when Mayor Ryan and County Executive Lou Morin agreed on that sharing ratio many years ago. That 6.4 million number is very similar to what we had last year. It is ahead of budget, so that's always a good sign. We don't have our final numbers yet for 2025, but it does help confirm that 2025 was another strong fiscal year for the town. Can I have a motion to receive and file that communication, please?
I move that we receive and file the communication from the Office of the Controller.
Can I have a second, please?
Second.
Further discussion? Dan, please call the roll.
Councilmember Corrado?
Aye.
Councilmember Salzman?
Aye.
Councilmember Sanguinetti?
Aye.
Supervisor Mealy?
Aye. Committee reports, community services.
Yes, Community Services met last Wednesday. We missed Councilmember Saltzman because he was enjoying his own recreation and in warmer climes.
You're outing me.
Yeah, well, we were wildly envious, that's why. But we did conduct business. We had an update on parks. They're keeping up with ice and snow control to keep access to the parks safe. They are doing their winter maintenance of park structures, tidying things up, patching, painting. Believe it or not, the Parks Department is already looking at mowing contracts. The grass will come back, and they're continuing to work out the field use coordination for the summer, or for the season, I should say. Recreation Department is in the midst of preparing to move into the newly renovated space. We also talked a bit about the summer market relocation to the Golisano Institute across the street from our temporary town hall. And the Recreation Department is looking carefully for adequate summer camp locations. Most of the school buildings in the Brighton Central School District are undergoing renovations, so it's creating a bit of a squeeze on space. But our Recreation Department manages to work miracles, and they will find spaces. We started to discuss clean sweep for 2026. We have a confirmed date, May 16th, so mark your calendars and get ready to clean up the town. Note that the morning kickoff will be at a new location. We'll start our activities from the Winter Markets Barn at Buckland Park. Working on getting permit applications underway, counting T-shirts, and making sure that we've got our budget shipshape and seeking our sponsors again this year. If anybody would like to support the clean sweep, talk to the Recreation Department or talk to me, talk to Nate Salzman, talk to the supervisor. Any one of us can help you out with that. We're also looking at dates for document shredding and electronics recycling events. Tentative dates for the spring are April 25th, 2026, and for the fall, October 10th, 2026. Stay tuned. We'll lock those in shortly. Other highlights. Those are the biggest exciting moments of, you didn't miss too much. We did touch on the ad hoc task force on town communications. That task force kicked off last week with a Teams meeting, basically set the path forward on the work that they'll do in figuring out what's working, what could be better, what doesn't need to be done anymore, and what new should be added. We've got a good group of communications professionals at the table, and most of them are more articulate than I am right now. And The last highlight of our discussions, the last two, 4th of July event planning. Of course, this is the 250th anniversary of, or birthday of the United States, and we are looking at how to make as big a splash as possible with that. There's a discussion of fireworks and the costs that are associated with that. The cost is going up due to tariffs. But we'll also explore drone light shows and similar ways to really splash it up. And following in the 250th birthday branding, the Bands at Buckland concert series, we will be seeking to carry that theme through all of the musical acts that we book for the season. The next meeting of the Community Services Committee will be Wednesday, March 18th at 10 a.m. at the Brighton Recreation Center.
Thank you, Christine. Finance, Clara.
Thank you, Supervisor. The Finance and Administrative Services Committee met this past Thursday, February 19th. One of the items discussed that I believe we have on the agenda for today was a resolution to provide a 20% match, approximately $336,000 for the Multiversity Trail Phase 1 TAP grant application Transportation Alternatives Program. The total estimated project cost is approximately $1.68 million. So about $1.34 million will be requested from TAP. The town's share would come from the existing special revenue amenity funds, and the final grant application is March 12th of this year. The next meeting will be held on Wednesday, March 4th at 8:30 a.m. in this room.
Thank you, Clara. And that item is on the agenda tonight. We have tweaked the numbers a little bit. They are a little bit higher now, but very much in the same ballpark. Public safety.
While Public Safety has not met since our last board meeting, I did go down and meet with Bad Bunny to talk about some public safety ideas here in the town of Brighton. He had some good ideas. Our next public safety meeting will be on March 10th, right here at 0800 hours.
Thank you. And is there a Public Works?
Public Works did not meet since the last town board, or since this. Public Works didn't meet because of the same reasons that Public Safety didn't meet.
Bad Bunny.
But Bad Bunny wasn't involved.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately. The next meeting of the Public Works Committee will be Tuesday, March 10th at 9 a.m. right here.
Nor was Ricky Martin, I assume.
No.
Oh, that's
not even
another
Ricky
good
Martin.
one. That's another good one.
Okay, good. Then we will move on to new business. Claire, rating and approval of claims.
Yes. Let's see, earlier today, I reviewed the claims that total $11,477,889 with 22 cents. Of note was the final payment to the Brighton Fire District for the 2026 real property taxes that we collected during 2026. That's approximately $8,580,000. All the claims appear to be in order, so I move for them to be approved.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, Dan, please call the roll.
Councilmember Corrado?
Aye.
Councilmember Salzman?
Aye.
Councilmember Sanguinetti?
Aye.
Supervisor Mealy?
Aye. Nate?
Bill, the next item seeks to authorize a supervisor to enter into an agreement with Geese Control of New York, effective April 1, 2026. I move that we approve the resolution as prepared by the attorney to the town.
Second.
And as we discussed, I think in finance, this is an agreement that we have had for many years because we have had geese for many years. And in particular in the Lockdeville area, which is really what generated this agreement. But as we know, there are geese everywhere. And I saw a few flying by today. So they're going to be here. And this agreement, we've been working with this individual, this firm, Geese Control of New York, and his border collies for a number of years now. And the price is the same as it was last year. We have a motion. It's been seconded. Anything further? Hearing none. Dan, please call the roll.
Councilmember Corrado?
Aye.
Councilmember Salzman?
Aye.
Councilmember Sanguinetti?
Aye.
Supervisor Mealy?
Aye. The next matter is I'll have Councilmember Sanguinetti, please.
Yeah, the next matter seeks to approve a resolution authorizing match assurance for the TAP grant application by designating in special revenue amenity funds for the required town match not to exceed $350,000. I move that we approve the resolution before us.
Second.
And as noted, that amount is a little bit larger, mostly not because the project is any bigger or more expensive, but there is some guidance in the grant materials on it's sort of, I don't want to call it necessarily overhead, but that certain percentage add-ons should be in there to cover certain contingencies. So having done that, and you always want to follow the grant award, the grant agency's rules as much as possible. So that's really the change. We have been working, Glenn and Ken and Anthony, we've been meeting. Glenn has done a great job pulling together the framework for this application. And as noted, applications are due March 12th. We expect we'll be in comfortably before then. We have a motion. It's been seconded. Any further discussion? And again, this is for improvements to the renovation of the Lehigh Valley Trail portion of that project, running from the U of R, actually running from East River Road down to Brighton Town Line Road near the RIT campus. Motion has been made, seconded. If there's no further discussion, Dan, please call the roll.
Councilmember Corrado?
Aye.
Councilmember Salzman?
Aye.
Councilmember Sanguinetti?
Aye.
Supervisor Mealy?
Aye. Christine, the last item.
Yes, the last item seeks to authorize a public hearing on Wednesday, March 25th at 7 p.m. for John W. August on behalf of an entity to be formed, the contract vendee of the property located at 885 South Winton Road for redevelopment of existing building and site for a new combined home for Malik's Bakery and Littman's Kosher Market with an historical cultural component. To be leased and operated by Flower City Foods, LLC. I move that we adopt the resolution before us.
Second.
And Mr. August is here in the room, but all we are asking you to do tonight really is to set that public hearing, direct our staff to provide the applicant with our policy on providing notice to nearby residents, and they will do so. I see Mr. August nodding his head, so we're confident that they'll do that. That's one of the many things we do when we have these incentive zoning projects to make sure that people in the immediate area are aware of the project. We have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? This is the, in a sense, sort of the third step on the incentive zoning process. We made a previous finding that this project was worthy of further review. The planning board then reviewed it, as they do in the second step, and they made affirmative findings, so it is now up to us to get to the substance of the project with this public hearing that will be held on March 25th. Anything further? Hearing none, Dan, please call the roll.
Councilmember Corrado?
Aye.
Councilmember Salzman?
Aye.
Councilmember Sanguinetti?
Aye.
Supervisor Mealy?
Aye. Thank you for being here. That's all of the new business we have tonight. Matters of the supervisor. To our Muslim friends and neighbors, Ramadan Kareem. I look forward to joining members of the community for iftar dinners in observance of Ramadan and the breaking of the fast during coming days. This past Friday, we had just a wonderful event celebrating Black History Month over across the street at the Golisano Institute. We had two dancers from Garth Fagan. They performed a duet, a very moving duet, and I have to say, sitting in the front row, watching them the expression, the concentration in their face, in their eyes, and moving together. The theme of the dance is a mother-daughter relationship, and it was so powerful and so well done. It was just beautiful, I thought. We also had a great panel of two longstanding community elders, Dr. Frederick Jefferson and Dr. Arlette Miller-Smith, and two younger and yet very distinguished members of the community, talking about some really important issues relating to Black history. As we know, Black history is American history, and while we celebrate it specifically in the month of February, dating back 100 years, Carter G. Woodson initiated what was then called Negro History Week in 1926. During that second week in February, because it coincided with the birthdays on February 12th of Abraham Lincoln and February 14th of Frederick Douglass. But all in all, I thought it was a great event, and I really appreciate everybody that came, and Dr. Miriam Moore, our Chief Diversity Officer, for organizing that event. Also, last week, Councilmember Sanguinetti and I both attended the New York Association of Towns annual meeting and training school. As I described it to someone, the annual meeting is about this much of the event, even though it gets top billing. The training school is, 3 floors of the hotel with tracks for highway superintendents and attorneys and council members, and addressing so many different areas of municipal government. I thought most of the programs I attended were very strong. Clara, I don't know what your feeling was. I was also very pleased that the town, as part of the annual meeting, received the G. Jeffrey Haber Leadership Award from Comp Alliance in recognition of the town's leadership in workplace safety and our success in workplace safety. They didn't want me bringing the trophy home for fear that it would be damaged in transit, so they're shipping the actual trophy, but we do have this certificate from Comp Alliance, from Mike Keneally, their executive director. Comp Alliance is one of the 3 insurance consortiums. I always want to say consortia, as a Latin student, but for some reason everybody always seems to use consortiums on that one. But I think
It's the trend, but consortia works.
is correct. The Comp Alliance is a statewide workers' compensation consortium with municipalities across the state. We are also part of NYMIR, the New York Municipal Insurance Reciprocal, again, a statewide insurance consortium that provides property, casualty, and liability insurance coverage to municipalities. And we're also, at the local level, a part of FLMHIT, the Finger Lakes Municipal Health Insurance Trust, which is a consortium made mostly of municipalities and other governmental agencies from Monroe and Ontario County, working with Brown & Brown as our insurance broker to provide employee and retiree health insurance. And for a long time, the track record in those programs has been very positive. FLMHIT, the municipal health insurance, several percent a year lower increase over time than what the community rates have been. So while those numbers are still very high, and because personnel costs and particularly personnel benefit costs are both a major part of our budget, but also have been going up at a significant pace. Anything we can do, and this consortium really has helped do that over time. So we're looking forward to getting that trophy shipped up here, and we'll put it on display. But we really appreciate the recognition from Comp Alliance. Matters of the attorney to the town.
Thank you, Supervisor. Nothing to report this evening. I would request one executive session item for discussion of medical and employment history of a particular person.
Thank you. We will do that. Matters of the town clerk.
Thank you, Supervisor. Just one last note that the property tax exemption applications are due they're due the 1st, so the last day you can turn them in person is Friday, 5 p.m. But we also have the drop box back at 2300 Elmwood out in front of the police station, the town clerk drop box. You can drop them in there as well over the weekend, and I'll be collecting those. There's no large envelopes. I've seen some people struggle because the slot is not wide enough to accommodate like a manila 9.5 by 12 envelope. So just careful with that. But otherwise, the sands are almost out of the hourglass, so please do get them in.
And Dan, those postmark rules that you talked about last time are also relevant to exemption applications, are they not?
They are. This is slightly different than taxes, where these have to be in hand by the 1st, actually. So the postmark doesn't actually come into play for these.
Okay.
I have learned. But yeah, for these applications, they have to actually be in by the 1st.
All right.
So.
Good. Thank you. Matters of the town board. Hearing none, can I have a motion to go into executive session to discuss the employment and medical issues relating to a particular person?
I move that we start executive session.
Second.
For the employment
Medical
of,
employment.
For matters of employment, yeah.
Dan, please call the roll.
Councilmember Corrado.
Aye.
Councilmember Salzman.
Aye.
Councilmember Sanguinetti.
Aye.
Supervisor Mailing.
Aye. I don't anticipate that we'll be coming back out into open session after the executive session. Our next meeting will be here Wednesday, March 11th at 7 p.m. I will be presenting the State of the Town message that evening. So look forward to seeing you come back in 2 weeks. And thank you again to our ASL interpreters. We appreciate you being here and bringing the meeting home to people. Thank you very much. Have a great evening. We're going into executive session.